Today, we're going to make a trellis net setup. I had some leftover PVC from my old custom built tent, so figured it would be a good time to try it out with the auto pots. I cut 4 poles to 28 inches and 8 poles to 55 inches, and then assembled it together. We need a place for the trellis net to hook onto, so we drill these hooks into the top of the frame, 5 on each side. Now we look at the plants before we implement the trellis net. At this point, they are on day 36 and started to pre-flower. The first plant is Miami Iced. It has a fairly main stem dominant structure despite the constant leaf tucking. There's a decent amount of undergrowth that will start getting trimmed up after I put up the trellis net. The second plant is Law and Odor. It entered pre-flower a little earlier and has taken to leaf tucking pretty well to let those lower branches make more of a bush shape. Getting a little yellowing on those leaf tips, but I'm not too sure what it's from. Maybe the peach ferment? It's in Build a Soil Light, so really shouldn't be a nutrient burn, but you never know. It has some fairly dense undergrowth that will need cleaned up for airflow. Now we install the trellis net. But what's the point of a trellis net without using it? First we work on the Miami Iced. I really have no idea what I'm doing here, just going with what feels most natural. Spreading out those higher branches to even out the canopy and let the lower growth get some light to fill in space. I believe there are trellis nets with tighter square spacing, but this is what I had on hand, so we're just going to make it work. The Law and Odor was a little smaller, so had less training to do, but followed the same concept. Skipping ahead to current day, these auto pots are on day 42 and doing great. Miami Ice is thriving in the Build a Soil Light and reverse osmosis water. A lot more details will be covered in the seed to harvest videos. Law and Odor hit a nice little growth spurt, but really still didn't need a whole lot of training. I'll need to figure out how to make room for the branches that are more central. I ran out of room in the trellis net to tuck them. It still has a few yellowing leaf tips, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far on the first auto pot run. Now that we are finished up with the trellis net, we can take a look at what we have going on in the organic 30-gallon pots. All the plants in the tent are a cross of this first plant here, and it's called Mimosa. On day 56, it's smelling exactly like what you'd think. A citrusy blend with a grape, almost Cabernet aroma. And if you don't know, I really enjoy the grape aromas. This plant was converted from photoperiod to autoflower using Mephisto's double grape. We got the lowers cleaned up for a small lollipop to let those tops really chunk up. Next plant we have here is Beverly Hills Crop 2. This is a cross between Mimosa and Stilton Special. Stilton Special is a nice blue cheese haze. The aroma it's putting off is complex to say the least. It leads off with a strong blue cheese followed by a sweet candy-like citrusy grape. Every whiff has me going in for another because of the contrasting aromas. Jumping into the back of the tent, we have this Grape Walker Texas Ranger. This is a cross between Mimosa and Grape Walker Kush. The aroma on this is a straightforward grapefruit kush. Nice bud to leaf ratio. I'm really excited to try this one. Last in the 30-gallon pots is the Hawaii 5-O's. It is a cross between Mimosa and Mephisto's. This strain wants to grow vertical with very little horizontal side branching. The aroma leads with a strong citrus, hard to find grape that's covered by a creamy cheese. Another interesting and complex mixture added to the Mimosa crosses. I'll be covering a lot of the grow you haven't been able to see in Seed to Harvest when these finish up. Check out my website for older grow journals and discount codes that help support this channel. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. Also, check out my buddy JB's free app if you're looking for a way to keep track of your beans or take notes on a grow. It's a project he's doing for fun. Peace.